trying to make it all make sense.
The More You Know podcast.
I want to talk about something called cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance is something that hinders people more than most things. Cognitive dissonance is something that can affect you from a personal level as well as affect your relationships and external things in your life. So what is cognitive dissonance? Cognitive dissonance is a personal belief that is not correct. It is some sort of masking or shading from reality. Your reality is masked by the cognitive dissonance, making you unaware of reality or choosing to come to terms with reality. And so, as I said, this ranges from different personal things as well as external things, such as relationships. Cognitive dissonance can be simply overlooking something, looking the other way, ignoring something, either out of not realizing it or being out of touch from reality due to something being masked by some other feeling, emotion, or thought. So I'd like to give you an example of cognitive dissonance from my personal life. In college, I had this ex-girlfriend, and we had this pretty dysfunctional relationship where there were some clear red flags that I ignored. I ignored these red flags due to her beauty and this level of charisma where I just enjoyed having a conversation with her and spending time with her. Well, this enjoyment that I got out of both the emotional and physical relationship masked those red flags and making me just choose to ignore them in a lot of ways and not realize a lot of things. So these red flags continued, obviously, and these problems that came from the red flags continued, and eventually the relationship carried out its course and ended. So I was unaware of these red flags. They just continued to happen, issues continued to happen because of them, and it was due to this cognitive dissonance. I was unaware of certain red flags, as well as saying, oh, it's not too big of a deal, or letting some red flags slide, because of my personal interest in the person. I was disconnected from reality to a certain extent, and wouldn't be honest with reality to a certain extent. Now, this type of cognitive dissonance can also happen personally. For example, let's take somebody who doesn't work out often, who's implementing a workout regimen. They could be working out twice a week for 45 minutes a day. And they think, oh my gosh, I'm going to be getting in the greatest shape of my life. I'm getting in the greatest shape of my life. I'm working out. I'm somebody who cares about my physical well-being. And that could be true to an extent, but the reality is to be in the best physical shape that you can be, you probably need to be working out a little bit more than that. You might not realize this because you were somebody who didn't work out previously and then you began working out. But in reality, there's more that needs to be done. This is another example of cognitive dissonance. For this person, they've made this leap, and it's a pretty big leap for them. So they feel that that's all they need to do. They don't understand reality where they're still in the starting of a process that needs to continue to improve and expend more time towards. Don't allow cognitive dissonance to get in the way, allowing you to drift from reality. This is going to create problems with your personal pursuits in your personal life, as well as how you're handling, dealing, and interacting with other people in the external world. It's important to be in touch with reality and be honest with yourself, and not allow things to get in the way like cognitive dissonance. It's unavoidable to extents as it's human nature, but being aware of it and taking time to reflect will assist with this.
I hope this talk makes a positive impact in your life. Please subscribe to the podcast wherever you are listening or watching it, check out other episodes, leave a review, and follow us on social media at More You Know Pod. Also, please don't forget about our sweepstakes. Retweet a clip with the hashtag #TheMoreYouKnow and new podcast from our Twitter for a chance to win a signed copy of my upcoming book, The More You Know, coming this fall. Tag 2 friends in the comments on a clip on Instagram for a chance to win a brand new copy of Dean Graziosi's Millionaire Mindset or Ed Milet's Max Out. Like us or share a clip on Facebook for a chance to win a book I have read that highly inspired me, signed by me with an inspirational message. Again, thank you for listening as we propel with podcasting through the more you know.
trying to make it all make sense.
The
More
You
No
Podcast.